Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've done one of these videos. Anyways, I first want to say that I know everybody has done one of these test realm videos, but I wanted to put in my opinion because I think I have some important things to say, and I want to give KingsIsle as much feedback as possible because I know that they're looking for it, and right now, I think they really need it. First of all, I want to say that almost all of the updates for this new test realm are awesome. I love what they're doing. A lot of it is really, really good, but there's two things, really just one thing, one really small thing, but there's one big thing, which I think you guys know, and I just need to sort of give you my thoughts on it. If you guys are familiar with any of the new test realm updates, first of all, you've probably been living with your head under a rock, or maybe you hit yourself with a rock. But I'll leave a link to the update notes below, but I'm not going to talk about it because you guys already know what's going on. Basically, all of the updates have been a lot of really needed game changes. You guys already know tournaments are now gold for members, and there's been a ton of other stuff which I'm not even going to bother going over. As I said, this is like a super minor thing, but as you guys can see by the screenshot right here, you can see that if you're a true friend code on the new friends list, the green, it hurts my eyes. Like, I don't know what it is. I think the font needs to be more bold. The green needs to be darker. The font needs to be more bold. I don't know what it is, but that needs to be fixed because it literally hurts my eyes to look at. But as I said, that's a really minor thing. Let's go ahead and talk about Critical. Now, for any of you who are still not aware what's going on, Critical for PvP, not for PvE, but for PvP, is now 1.25. Before, Critical used to double your damage, but now it's 1.25 more damage, which, if you guys have ever done PvP before, essentially means that it's useless. At this point, even if you do Critical, there's a pretty good chance they'll block, and even if you do get through their block, it's still only going to do a slight bit more. So basically, this brings on this domino effect, which I'm going to talk about. First of all, the reason that Critical was good in the first place in PvP is because it made matches shorter. As much as some people hate Critical sometimes, it makes matches shorter. Obviously, sometimes you get unlucky and it's annoying, but for the most part, I think, in my personal opinion, I think Critical is good because it makes matches take less time. Now, when you take out Critical, it makes matches take more time. Now, maybe I'm just a casual, but usually when I sit down to do a PvP match, I don't make myself breakfast, lunch, and dinner and put a pee bucket under my chair so that I can be there for 8 hours. When I queue up for a match, like, I expect to get my match pretty quickly, and then I expect to, you know, take 10, 15, maybe half an hour at most, and then I'll be done. I don't go into a match thinking that it's gonna take 8 hours. It's literally gonna take my entire day. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to spend my life in one PvP match. Now, taking out Critical honestly wouldn't make that much of a difference, except that it will, because the domino effect that it will create, which I'll talk about right now. Now, usually, you know, you could be like, oh, taking out Critical doesn't make that much of a difference, you know, it'll make matches take a little bit longer. But the thing is, the thing that you're not realizing is that, say I'm John, I'm the average PvP player, and say I'm a max level Storm. First of all, Storm is going to be completely useless after this update. Let's use a different example. Alright, say I'm Jack, the normal max level balance. Right now, the update comes out, and I'm playing, and I'm like, huh. And I'm looking at my pet, and I'm like, I have 3 criticals and 1 critical block on here, but now that Critical's useless, this isn't really a good pet anymore. So I think to myself, I'm like, what would be a good pet? Then pretty quickly, I realized that the best pets are now ward pets. Everyone's going to be substituting critical and block for ward pets, which means that now people are going to have way more resist, and without critical, that means people are going to have more resist, there's not going to be critical, and basically matches are going to take double as long as they would before. Like, you already know, if this update comes out with 1.25 critical, I'm going to have ward pets on every single character. Like, that's going to be the new thing. And with people running around, you know, 100% resist to every school, like, even though you can pierce the armor resist, it's gonna take so much longer than it needs to. Granted, I'm probably a little bit biased because I use critical on most of my characters. Then again, the reason I do that is because I don't like to be in matches forever. Honestly, I think patching critical is okay, but if you're gonna do it, only go down to 1.5. Like, I think 1.5 would be a pretty good medium, but 1.25 basically just makes it irrelevant. Anyways, guys, that's about all I got for today's video. Those are my thoughts on the new test realm. If you guys have any other opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If someone from KingsIsle actually somehow sees this video, I really hope that you take my ideas into consideration. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Got a bunch of awesome videos coming soon, and I'll catch you all in my next video. I know the book.